Hello everyone, this is Jarnoda. Welcome back to another Oriental Empires gameplay video. Today we're going to be doing, I guess, a siege tutorial of sorts. We're going to besiege this castle of Zichui, owned by the faction of Zhao. And so currently they have a full stack in there. Lots of spearmen and some noble halberds. So, we have my army completely surrounding this city. You can see this is currently the empire right now. We have most of southwest China taken, with an income of 4,000 per turn and a treasury of 70,000, and we're at turn 245. So let's see, let's have a quick overview of our current army composition. We have some army halberds and some peasant light spearmen. They're all on charge. They're a few tiles away from the immediate, so they're one tile away from the immediate city tile. And then we have positioned our archers, our trained archers, and also our guard archers, which are palace soldiers, denoted by the gold. So actually, if we zoom in, you can even see their immaculate and beautiful armor. Look at that. That guy even has a mask. Look at the oh my goodness. And over here we have the trained archers with, not gold armor, slightly more silver. And so here we have some more archers that we've positioned all around. And then you'll notice that some of these guys are slightly different in composition. This one has peasant light archers, which is this guy right here. That does not look like peasant light archers, to be honest. But I guess they are, and these are the do-or-die convicts. So if you have a court, and if you have a prison, you can recruit basically dudes on death row and send them to battle. And then we have our trained army halberds, or I think they're just called army halberds. And then over here we have some more actually no, these are not do-or-die. Oh, they are do-or-die convicts. Alright, so they're at the front lines, and then we've got some peasant light spearmen in the back, and some noble cavalry up here. As you can see, they have their halberds and whatnot. And then guarding the rear in case enemies reinforce from their home province over there. Have an army just standing out back here in the event that we get flanked. Not particularly necessary, because I don't think there will be reinforcements for this poor little town. And then we have our general, Tian Yun. He is recruited through the Grand Commandment, so it's an edict that you can use to issue a commander. So that's where he comes from, and he has, what are these dudes called? Some guard spearmen. Look at that, they got some gold armor, so palace troops equals gold. And then we have a few other units here. We have the spear and crossbows combination here. And then we have the crossbowmen, I believe. Yep, trained crossbowmen over there. And then let's look at our artillery of choice. So over here we brought some crouching tigers. We're just gonna call them catapults because that's a little bit easier to. I mean, they're not exactly catapults. They're crouching tigers, guys. And then we have some dudes here defending it. Some trained heavy. Actually, these are just heavy spearmen defending these catapults. And then we also have another unit of those guys in this other tile. And then our main force of attack is right here, my friends. This is the front lines. We got our archers, and then we got our peasant light spearmen that we're going to have attack. So we're gonna kick off the attack by having these guys move forward, and then that will enact the battle plan. Otherwise, if you don't have anyone charging towards the city, nothing will happen. So I'm gonna end the turn there, and the siege of Zichui has begun. So if we click on it, we can see the battle numbers. We have 2,600 men against 420. So we've just started. So the catapults have started firing. The archers will soon do the same thing as well. The AI for the archer doesn't seem to make too much sense to me at the moment, but I mean, yeah, they take a little bit of time to start up, but now they're going to be shooting the walls. And then since the gate is now open, my peasant light spearmen will engage the men at the gates. So over here, I'm going to go over to this side of the wall. See how these guys are just rambling about? No idea what they're doing, but our trained archers seem to be doing well. I think this is the combo of guard archers. I think that's what causes some AI issues. And over here, we got some army halberds charging in. So you'll notice that I do use a lot of peasant spearmen to engage initially, and then, well, at least on the other side. And then we have the halberds here on this side. Honestly, it's really up to you. If you want to reduce casualties, you probably want some slightly more armored folks to charge in first. But if you want to use cannon fodder, like I do, a nice mix of things, I would send in the light spearmen first, just to, you know, weaken them. Oh my goodness, weaken them up a little bit, and then send in the more heavy troops in the preceding battle. Oh my goodness, the camera! Oh, but look at that fire. So the camera is a little bit wonky. It can kind of just slide for no apparent reason, or it'll just like overshoot when you try to aim. So here, you know, we're attacking all four walls. I mean, yes, all four walls and also all four gates. More importantly, the gates, because that's our entrance point. We have opening with the catapults here. So these light spearmen are, you know, pushing in. So if we really wanted to take this in one turn, I think if I had my army halberds or, you know, some swordsmen, I could probably just like overtake these lesser trained soldiers. But right now we're just assuming that catapults will do some form of friendly fire within our initial engagement. But it looks like the catapults have opened a second opening. I do have troops here with charge when there is an opening, but I think only one unit takes the opening. So over here would have been a good choice to use some slightly more effective units, more trained. But it looks like we ended the day on an indecisive battle. So we basically torched all four gates. Most of the towers are on fire with the exception of this one. So at this moment, I think we're retreating. Oh no, we're not retreating. I guess that was just a temporary lapse in tactics. So now we're going back in. You can see our archers are shooting through the other side of the gates and the walls and everything. It looks like those guys have been pushing in, and we're just battling into the inferno right here. As you can see, catapults are still firing. If we go back a little bit, and you can see the men are still just kind of roaming around, mostly the archers. One other thing I want to note is you'll notice that these guys are lit up in red, and this guy is not around the banner. That's actually really important because these guys are not part of this battle. These guys right here. But everyone with red, they have the opportunity to go into battle if they're close enough, or let's say, or rather they will engage because their flags or their banners are now active. So just keep that in mind. If you see that, you know, some units aren't moving, it's because they're not engaged, they're not close enough, or they're waiting for some of these other units to get out of the way. So it looks like we've killed most of these guys here. Now we're just running through walls and gates and whatnot. We're moving in. You can see my men have gone through that gate. It looks like they're going to be assisting over here. Noble halberds versus some trained halberds. It looks like these guys are given, you know, their best effort to survive. But we're about to break in there. Most of the activity here seems to be that my men are just reorganized and marching outside. So these peasant spearmen, the reason why I do prefer to have the light spearmen go in first is because if you have archers shooting everywhere, they're just gonna get shot. And you know, they're a little bit less expensive to lose. Because when you have trained men, they cost like 100 to 200 gold train, and then the upkeep's about the same, but the initial cost is kind of expensive. I mean, our treasury is like around 70k, so it doesn't really matter for us, but if you are, you know, running low on the golds and you're besieging enemies, I guess some things would be of concern. It's not particularly important. Looks like the battle has ended though, so we're gonna fast forward as everyone kind of regroups, as that siege was unsuccessful. We were able to do a fair amount of damage, but alas, this will take 2 turns. But it did occur twice. So we'll look at the first siege. You know, our archers did a ton of damage, I think. Or rather, they didn't die a whole lot, but we did kill 107 in the first battle, and then I guess in the preceding battle, I don't know why this is the case, we kill about 200 more. So now they have, how many men do they have remaining? 97 to defend their stronghold. We lost a few, but not a whole lot. We did bring an army ready to, you know, go in. I also didn't mention that I do have another rear guard over here, just in case. Very unlikely to get flanked, but you never know. So we're going to now just have these guys charge in, and then we'll end the turn. I could have just ended the turn without doing any movement there, but I just wanted to have these guys go in first. So these army halberds, oh wow, there's actually 2 openings here. They're gonna charge right on in against these noble halberds. It's gonna be a little bit of friendly fire damage with these archers here shooting up my men. Oh jeez, the camera. Sometimes it just wants to slide. So now we're pushing in there on that side of the gate. Got some peasant light spamming over here. Not as pushing in. The matchup is so weird. But I think they do repair parts of the wall in the interim at the end of each turn. So it looks like they repaired some of the wall, but the other 2 halves were, or rather just this wall was open. But we have catapults, so we should be able to push in. So we'll look further down, we can see them fight for their lives. Oh, and would you look at that? We can no longer do that. It looks like the battle is over. I believe we've killed enough, and now they have surrendered. I wish they were a little bit more apparent about that, but you'll see that a flag is moving into, oh geez, the city. And yeah, now our army is, you know, going back to their original positions. I'm gonna fast forward that. Looks like we did see the men march in from that side of the gate. And of course Zhao wants to make peace, but of course, you know, we're on the conquest. So we've captured the city, but let's take a look first at the battle stats. We've killed all 182. Well, we killed 55, and I guess they surrendered. No, wait, we killed 36, and the rest burned to death. I guess, I don't really know. They don't really tell you. It just kind of happens. All right, so took the city. And that was the siege. That's all I really wanted to show you guys. Just like a typical siege in the game. That wasn't too typical, I guess. But that is how I would besiege a castle. You know, I have my catapults kind of within range, and then I would have archers surround the city, and then I would just have them initiate a battle. It looks like I did lose some groups, but that's okay. It's, you know, part of the siege. So, but yeah, I think that's the video. All right, so I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. Please let me know if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Choo-choo.